All right, guys, welcome back to this little small podcast. Appreciate you for tuning in. I'm going to cover two things in this little podcast. I'm going to cover the Summer Wells case, and I'm going to talk about the Kentucky church incident that happened. Pretty bad, guys. Pretty bad. I don't know what's going on with society. But it's evil. There's so much evil out in the world, guys. So much evil out in the world. I want to jump on the Summer Wells case for just a second, and I keep getting these comments where people are like, this is just a theory. Where if Summer was put in that graveyard across the street from where Don and Candace live, just that whole theory that Andy Bernard started about Summer possibly being in a grave of somebody that was buried over there. And people keep commenting randomly, not a lot of people, just some people. And they're like, well, wouldn't they have seen Summer's body down in there? And I don't really know if they're thinking about this or just I don't know what they're thinking, but they didn't just throw, if they did do that, this is just theory, guys. If Summer Wells was placed in that grave, that open grave, they wouldn't have just tossed her down there, right? Because she would have been seen and found, and she would have been seen and found almost immediately, right? But if, just going on the theory, what would have happened is they would have went down in the grave and dug another 1-2 foot hole on down in the grave, right? Put Summer in it and then covered her up with dirt. That way, when everybody came to finish prepping the grave, put the vault in and get ready for the service, or if there wasn't no vault and they were just going to lower the casket down, I don't know if a vault's required or not, but point is, if they dug another foot or two down and then put Summer in there and covered her back up, and made it look like real quickly, made it just smooth it out, nobody would know. You're just looking down at dirt, right? So I just wanted to clear that up because a lot of people keep asking me, hey, if they put Summer in that grave, they would have seen her. And I don't think they're giving it much thought, but what the individuals would have done is they would have jumped down in the grave, dug another 1 or 2 feet, put Summer, laid her down, covered her back up with dirt, and it just made it look like, nothing was there, right? So people coming the next day for the services or whatever would have not known any different. But again, cadaver dogs probably would have picked it up, right? During the search, cadaver dogs probably would have picked it up. So, but that's how they would have done it without Summer being seen down in the grave. So I just wanted to clear that up because some people I keep seeing just a few comments saying, hey, wouldn't they have seen Summer's body down in the grave if they put her down there? No, not if they dug another hole down at the bottom, just another shallow hole, and put her there because she was tiny. It wouldn't take much, right? And then just cover her up and jump out of the grave, and there you go. That's just the if she was put over there theory, you know what I mean? So I hope that answers your if a few of y'all are watching this and y'all are the ones that asked that question. Hope that answers that question. So now I don't think they just dumped Summer down in it. They would have buried her down in there, maybe with an extra foot or two, and covered her back up. And now on to the Kentucky church incident. Pretty bad, guys. Pretty bad. And this has to, we need to pray for that community, right? Definitely pray for that community and those church members, the family, because talking about testing your faith, right? Talk about testing your faith. Imagine explaining that to a kid, right? I'm sure people, I'm sure, kids in the area have questions, and people that there's people that probably, it's just going to test people's faith, period, right? Because how does something so evil happen in God's house, right? The Lord's house. So pray for everybody, because it's going to test a lot of people's faith. They're going to have a lot of questions, and the only person that really has those answers is God. So, but yeah, if you're not familiar with it, or you briefly heard about it, I'll just give you the gist of it. Basically, it says here, I'm reading a little article here. A man shot a police officer outside Kentucky's Bluegrass Airport. Drove 15 miles from the airport to a local church where he shot 4 others. Right. I believe there were 2 women in the bottom of the church cooking. Right. Now imagine this. Beautiful Sunday. You're in the Lord's house. You're having a good time, fellowshipping, doing whatever, and this happens. It's horrific. 2 women, mother Beverly Gumm and daughter Christina Combs, were killed in the shooting. The sister and daughter of the victims said the gunman was looking for her other sister and muttered that someone is going to have to die then, after being told that she wasn't there. So apparently he went down there, I guess, confronted the 2 women cooking, asked if she was there, and they were like, no, she's not here. And then I guess he said, well, someone's going to have to die. It sounds like, according to the statement that he made, the guy was in a psychosis state. It's just psychotic. He snapped. He already shot a police officer at the airport, right? The guy was mentally deranged. Something happened to make this man just go off the rails, Does he have a history of mental illness? We'll have to look into that and see. I'm not really, and I'm not going to show the picture of the shooter. I'm not going to give him the pleasure. He's dead now. They shot him. The cops, arrived on scene and took him out. But I'm not going to show him. But yeah, let me show you the the beautiful victims here that he took the life of, and then I'll show you a picture of the cops at the scene of the church once they got everything under control and stuff like that. So let me show you that real quick. All right, so that's Beverly Gumm and Christina Combs. And again, guys, we are in the Bible Belt, and we really, and it doesn't really matter if this is in the Bible Belt. This could have happened in California. It could have happened in Florida. It could have happened in New York, Michigan. But when this type of evil happens at a place of worship, it's gotten very sad, because I'm hearing reports of deacons now that are carrying, you know, congregation at a lot of churches now are carrying, just because, I mean, of all the places to not expect some kind of violence and evil to happen, right? I mean, you would expect it in maybe like the projects, Chicago, and just drug dealers, gangbangers, whatever it is, right? You expect that. You expect that. You just don't expect a deranged individual full of evil to enter a place of worship and commit just a horrific, evil act of violence. So, yeah, it looks like a beautiful day too. I'm just sitting here looking at that picture I showed you where the police are on scene, and I mean, clear blue skies. It's going to be a nice day. It's going to be a nice day. So, not really sure about the gunman's family. It's nothing bad about the gunman's family either. I mean, some of these people just do stuff. They just snap and do it. And there's a lot of families on both sides left to pick up the pieces, right? I mean, the family of the gunman, they could have been, God-loving Christians and good people, right? We don't know. I don't know really much about the gunman yet. I think police are still figuring all the details out and all that stuff. But something made him snap in regards to the woman who he thought was going to be at that church, and it's very sad. It didn't have to end this way. It really didn't. Again, I keep saying this. When faced with decisions, now once you enter that psychosis stage, I do think that there's no turning back. I mean, I'll say there's probably 98% of a chance once you enter the mental stage of psychosis, there's probably nothing that can be done unless, they render you just completely unconscious, and then get you the help you need. But in a lot of cases where I see this stuff happening, if police can't, like, if there's already like shootings and people hurt and killed already happened, they just, a lot of times police just show up and eliminate the threat. They don't use tasers. They don't, use rubber bullets. They don't use mace. They just eliminate the threat because of the violence that has already occurred. Now, if violence has not occurred and nobody has been hurt, I think police are trained at that point to, if someone's in a state of psychosis or having a mental crisis, hopefully they're if nobody's hurt or nobody's, in danger of being immediately hurt or killed, hopefully police are trained to subdue the individual, whether it be a taser, mace, or whatever they have to do, without, hopefully without having to use deadly force. A lot of times, if the person that goes into a state of psychosis, if they have a weapon on them, a lot of times it don't end good. Like they have a knife or another gun, anything of that nature. A lot of times police are taught to just eliminate the threat if the person has a deadly weapon on them. So, I'm going to be following this, guys. Again, I don't know about, the gunman's family, but they're, if they're good people, they're left to pick up the pieces, right? And on the victim's side, there's a lot of victims in this guy. This gunman created a lot of victims on both sides, and family members are just left to pick up the pieces, right? And that's all they can do is just pick up the pieces. And I think that there is a. Let me get to it here real quick. Let's see. Okay. On Facebook, Rutherford, I guess it's the daughter of Beverly and her sister shared a fundraiser post. So yeah, guys, I mean, if you're watching this and you can help out the family, definitely. I guess they've got a fundraiser on their Facebook page. She says, I appreciate the prayers and thoughts Rutherford wrote on Facebook as messages and support came pouring in Sunday night. Local and state leaders also shared their condolences on social media, including Kentucky Governor Andy Bashar, who asked others on social media to please pray for everyone affected by this senseless act of violence. Says today, violence invaded the Lord's house. The attack on law enforcement and people of faith in Lexington shocked the entire Commonwealth. And that was Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman. And yeah, so I don't know anything. I guess the fundraiser is on Facebook, and if you want to go find it, definitely, if you can, go help the family out. That whole community really needs, helped out. Support. They need. It's going to be a long road to recovery for something like this, guys. Long road to recovery. There's people that will probably never be able to go back to that church, right? I mean, when they do go back, if they do see that church, I mean, just imagine the memories they're going to have, right? So a lot of people left to pick up pieces, and shouldn't be this way, guys. Shouldn't be this way. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. Just wanted to speak on that, give my thoughts and opinions on it, and bring some awareness to that. So yeah, I mean, if anybody would like to go, help the community or the family, I'm sure you can get on Facebook and find it, and there should be a fundraiser on there. Yeah, definitely keep that community and those victims in your thoughts and prayers. So again, just to recap, I hope the information I gave you on Summer Wells possibly being in a grave in that graveyard across from where Dawn and Candace live, I hope that kind of answers your question. No, I don't think they just dumped Summer's body in there. I mean, just speaking on the theory of her being put in there, they would have jumped down in there, dug a quick hole, put her in there, covered her back up, and then I don't think anybody would have noticed the next day. Whenever they had the services, but I'm pretty sure the dogs probably would have maybe alerted. I don't know. We've seen where dogs have missed stuff before. And when police were questioned about it, they were like, well, we're human. We make mistakes. So, don't know, guys. Don't know. But anyway, I hope it's a little informative, and, again, it's just, the world we're living in is just bad. It just seems like ever since the C word, everybody got sick. That's just I don't know. It's weird, guys. It's weird. But this stuff shouldn't be happening. I mean, you expect it, like I said, you expect it in the projects, gangbangers, stuff like that. Robbing banks, convenience stores. You do not expect this to go on in a place of worship. It shouldn't. I mean, and now we've got people packing. We've got people carrying when they go to church now. And it shouldn't be that way. Shouldn't be that way. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Go drop in comments below. Let me know what you think. And I'll see y'all tomorrow night.